to what's needed for an ocean literate society. I mean, it's a lot of awareness raising, really. I mean, the key is awareness raising lots of different stakeholders. So I think you need to start from the bottom up. You need to start from the youngest of us. Even though it's an investment in the long term, but it's an investment that will definitely pay off. And then we have to be able to influence the people who are actually taking decisions, the decision makers. So ocean literacy for decision makers. I think that's really a key aspect of what we need to do, because we need to take decisions now too. We have to educate the youngest so that they'll act in a sustainable way in the future and be ocean literate. But we also need to take decisions now for the sake of our ocean and the sake of our planet.
It's very urgent for us to incorporate in all our management plans and actions the needs of having clean and healthy seas. And something that became very obvious in these days is that most of the problems in the sea are caused by actions in the hinterland. So within a sustainability approach, we could manage to have also ocean literacy.
As far as we must speed up, I didn't speak until today about it, but I think that we don't have time.
The action that you can undertake is to be able to include ocean literacy inside different programs. That can be also research programs, training programs, or more, ocean sciences program including data. So try to think in a broader way and include and communicate the achievement and the importance of the research and marine research for the society.
More research and studies, we need to campaign, we need to make our students mainly aware of the fact that the value of the sea and what's under the sea, and we have to respect them by dealing with them when we visit them.
Well, from our experience up to now, we understand that it's something where we need to engage all the ages and all the stakeholders in the society. So we engage in, we have programs for very young kids, but we also have programs for professionals and students in the university, because there are so many aspects that people need to be aware of in relation to the sea, which in the case of Cyprus is also crucial for many other reasons. We depend on the sea for our living. A significant part of the Cypriot GDP comes from the sea, either through the tourism or the shipping industry. So it's important for the Cypriots to understand how all these activities are affecting and influencing the environment, and at the same time how we can protect it and preserve it for the future generations.
I think several actions need to be taken such that people are more ocean literate. I think it's a case where first you have to raise the awareness, and then there needs to be understanding so that people are sensitized to the problematic issues that are involved in this great big matter. And also I think it's very important for then people to take action. That is the ultimate that we need for people to get together. Various factions, let's say, of a country need to get together, including the public and the civil society, to make our ocean and the people more literate.
For me, the greatest challenge is the reluctance of the people towards ocean. They think the oceans are very far away. They are not, because I'm living in Danube Delta, which is at the end of Europe, where the Danube flows into the Black Sea, and people there are very isolated. Their life is not easy. They have to struggle for every day, and they think that they have to concentrate on their environment, which is not the ocean. Ocean is far away, but the challenge is to to explain them and to make them part of the acting for the ocean and to make them responsible for their acts.
For politicians, because according analysis of all stakeholders, it's very clear that NGOs can accept it immediately. It's very probably that even professors at university can adopt it. Even the private sector, if they can find something in green branding, they can accept it easily. But politicians, they're a problem. Ocean literacy should take a lot of time, probably. I think that measurement unit 1 is 5 years, so we can think about result in 5 years, 10, 15, 25. And I think when you speak with politicians, you have no chance to prove him that he needs to invest in something what will give benefit 10 years from now. So we must find a way how to make ocean literacy sexy for politicians, or even to the wider set of decision makers, sometimes include private sector who control politicians.
I think that we have to change our mentality. I think that we live in an island without islanders. So the greatest challenge is to change this mentality, to create relationships with the sea, and living with the sea.
Awareness raising, the lack of awareness of the people is a real challenge, because they feel that maybe this is not their responsibility, this is the responsibility of the government, the municipalities and so on, but they do not understand that they have a role, even if they're on the land, that is affecting their activities. The activities are affecting the seas and the oceans.
The challenges that we face for implementing ocean literacy program is being able to engage different stakeholders and make understanding, for example, institutions, private companies or different entities, the importance of including ocean literacy in their own work and in the framework, for example, of a country, like including ocean literacy in the formal curricula, formal school curricula, and implementing activities and training for employees on that topics.
Great challenge is for me in my work is the ocean education. Within Cyprus, there is no formal mandate to teach ocean literacy.
An important aspect of what we talked about these last 3 days is how can we incorporate ocean literacy in biosphere reserves and the management of biosphere reserves. I mean, obviously we're talking about coastal and island biosphere reserves for the most part. And I think it's really important. I think for many years, biosphere reserves have worked on education for sustainable development, and that's definitely the case in our region, in the Mediterranean. And there's a real opportunity for biosphere reserves to be sites for the implementation of ocean literacy and to promote ocean literacy within these special UNESCO sites.
Of course, we have some challenges. For example, you need to be better approaching the local communities and how to better use the toolkits to integrate ocean literacy in the school activities, and how to explain to students better about the ocean, especially in a vivid way. So I think challenges are also opportunities. All these challenges give us very good clue to better implement ocean literacy in UNESCO biosphere reserves and beyond.